So this morning, I had a reminder and a reflection of a lesson with regards to my own standards that I've set. You see, as I was preparing to go and do an AV check for a client this morning, I was feeling not quite 100%. I hadn't quite got my workout in. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep my workout clothes on and I'm going to go over to do the AV check. Well, some time ago, I had set a standard for my team that when we go and do an AV check, we show up as professionals. We don't show up out of character, we don't show up out of uniform, and there's a reason for that. Because you get one opportunity to make a first impression with a client. And that one opportunity to make a first impression can make or break your business, can make or break your relationship with that client, can make or break that relationship that can lead to other relationships. And it could also set the tone for the event that I'm going to deliver today. And so as I was preparing to just say, you know what, I'm gonna set aside my standard and I'm gonna just go over here in my workout clothes because I can, my on-site logistics coordinator reminded me of the standard and says, hey, don't you think you want to throw on some jeans and a nice shirt as opposed to your workout gear? And most people would be maybe offended, would be upset, or just wouldn't like that somebody checked them, as we say in a certain vernacular. And it wasn't that he was checking me, he was actually holding me accountable. Holding me accountable to a standard that I set. And in that moment, I thanked him for holding me accountable to the standard that I set for the team. And what was amazing was that when I went over there for the AV check, properly dressed, in uniform, in the appropriate attire, it turns out that I was able to make a connection with one of my clients and make a connection that has already started building to something greater than just that one person. Now imagine if I had broken my standard, broken my rules, and I had just gone over there in the workout gear. That particular client might have looked at me differently, and they would have looked at me differently because of the impression that I was making that I didn't show up ready to hit the stage no matter what. Even though it's an AV check, you never know when things are going to change. And we have to be ready at all times. You know, I've heard it said that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And it was just a reminder and a reflection on the standards that you set. Are you upholding those standards that you set? And are you adhering to the standards that you set? Are you adhering to the standards that are set by the organizations that you work in, that you work for? And above all, your personal standards. Are you sticking by your personal standards? And are you holding yourself accountable? And then do you have someone on your team or people around you that hold you accountable? You see, in that moment, we laughed about it because oftentimes there's this other thought, prevailing thought that you've likely heard when keeping it real goes wrong. Some people, they're wanting to be so authentic and so real in the moment that keeping it real goes wrong because they forgot what the standard is. You can stay authentic, you can stay true to who you are while still upholding the standard. And that's what I was reminded of this morning. That if I was not held accountable, then I would not have stuck to the standard. And it's a reminder for me to continue to surround myself with the people that hold me accountable in the right ways. And it's also a reminder for myself to hold myself accountable because my reputation matters. How I show up matters. The impressions that I make on people, they matter. So uphold the standard. Number one, set a standard. And once you set a standard, stick to the standard and uphold the standard. And if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that is the lesson that I learned recently in regards to standards and accountability in all aspects of business and in life. Blue skies, fair winds, and all the best.